I need a break, okay? What do you say we take 5 minutes, okay? Just 5.
You go ahead. I'm gonna add up these numbers.
You're crazy. Don't you ever run out of gas?
There is a painting of me sleeping that I keep hidden in a closet somewhere. I do my best work at night. The later it gets, the more inspired I am.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I come up with all these great ideas while everybody else is asleep. Sometimes I even talk to myself.
I got that beat. I sing duets with myself.
No.
Yep. I started out with the Righteous Brothers, and I've worked my way up to a combination of RuPaul with Elton John. It's tricky. You gotta watch yourself. Those high notes will hurt you. You know what? You're a truly great accountant. You don't have to laugh at the boss's jokes.
But I think you're very funny.
Well, thank you. I think you're funny, too. As a matter of fact, there's something here that bothers me. Nice, funny people shouldn't be wading knee-deep in paperwork on a beautiful spring evening.
You don't have to say that.
No, I mean it. You should be down there somewhere, having fun on the full guided tour, you know, whining, dining, dancing, the whole bit.
I'm just trying to work my way up to dating.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. I forgot. You did tell me that you were divorced. I apologize. I know how that is. Believe me, when a marriage hits the rocks, it's kind of, well, it's easy to lose your sea legs.
When it comes to matters of the heart, I'm the one hanging over the side.
Yeah, you know what they say. Yak in the whole world, yak's with you.
Cry and you'll end up drinking salty beer.
Yeah, well, I'm sure that in no time at all, I'll lose you after 5 to some very ardent Romeo.
Now, that happens to other people, not to me.
Why is that? Well, don't you think you're attractive? Well, just what do you see when you look in the mirror?
Look, just say this. Even after a couple of drinks, I never asked the piano man to play me another round of I Feel Pretty.
But you are. Very.
Well, I didn't always look like this. I had some work done, modified rhinoplasty. A nose job. I hated my old one, so I got myself a new one.
Well, I'm sure it's not such a big deal. Whoever it was certainly know what they were doing because you look great. Really? Why is it so hard for you to believe that?
My whole life, my mother told me I was an ugly duckling. Even if I had my best dress on and my hair up in ribbons, she'd say, well, you know, you're never going to win any beauty contests. It's just a little hard to go through life with a face not even your mother could love.
I can relate. When I was young, my real father used to tell me every day that I was completely worthless. I'd never amount to anything. Once a loser, always a loser. Carried his voice around in my head for an awful long time. I wonder what he would do if he could see me now.
But you've accomplished so much. I'm just me.
Just you? Hello? Just you? Come here for a second. I want to try something. Let's, come on. Let's conduct a little experiment here, shall we? I want you to just take a deep breath and look in the mirror and tell me what you see.
No, I'm afraid to look.
Come on, look. The trick is to see what the world sees, not what your mother would see. See what I would see.
I guess I look pretty.
Yeah. There you go. You see, that's the voice of reason. It is. For whatever reason, your mother gave you the wrong message, just like my father. Now it's up to you. You got to choose to turn around and walk away from it. Tell yourself it's all right to feel beautiful because it's true.
You don't look so bad yourself.
No pumpkin at midnight.
I learned 2 things tonight. I'm not an ugly duckling. I'm a swan. And you're not just my boss. You're a good friend.
You got that right.
Can I ask you a personal question?
Sure.
Where have you been all my life? Night. I'm not an ugly duckling. I'm a swan. And you're not just my boss. You're a real friend.
Oh. You got that right.
Oh, can I ask you a personal question?
Sure.
Where have you been all my life?
Oh, no. Wait a minute. Time out. I think you got the wrong idea here. I'm engaged. I mean, like in a few days, I'm going to be entering into the holy institution of matrimony.
But who wants to enter an institution?
Well, for one thing, I do. In any case, I'm sorry. If you got the wrong idea about my intentions being anything other than friendly, then you misunderstood.
No, goodness, no. I mean, the whole town knows you're madly in love with Dixie. I'm just glad to have you for a friend, you know, someone I can talk to. I maybe got a little carried away. It won't happen again. You're marrying the love of your life. I'm happy for you. And Dixie's the luckiest girl in the world.
Well, Dixie has had a lot of luck, but unfortunately, most of it's been bad.
Why didn't you tell me how the bad luck turned to gravy? How did you two meet?
Call me quirky, but especially lately, when anybody starts quizzing me about Dixie, I get a little nervous and wonder why. So you mind telling me what's the story? Why you suddenly developed this interest in my personal life?
I'm not a busybody. I wasn't trying to pry.
It's all right.
I thought we were friends. You know, friends tell each other everything, and I didn't mean to go beyond the boundaries.
Take it back. It's my fault. I'm overly sensitive. I apologize. Just in the last couple of days, if anybody uses Dixie's name in a sentence, I end up going up on red alert.
You love Dixie. You want to protect her.
You don't know the half of it. If I was to tell you all the things we suffered at the hands of lunatics, believe me, you wouldn't believe me.
I would. I understand. You and Dixie have had hard times.
Yeah. Very hard times.
You know, I overheard someone at McKay's say that you came back from the dead to be with Dixie. Is that right?
Well, not literally, but yeah, it kind of covers it, I guess.
That's the most romantic thing I've ever heard. How could I not want to know about this woman, Dixie? She brings men back to life.
It's quite a tale.
Oh, tell me, would you? Come on, I want to hear the whole story. Could you please? It'll be more exciting than a movie.
It's a long story, okay?
I sat through Gandhi twice.
Jane, no. We don't have the time. We got to get this thing out by June.
Highlights. Just the highlights, please. Yeah.
All right, on one condition. You don't ask me a bunch of questions after I'm finished, okay?
Okay. No questions. I promise. Just give me a minute. All right.
Sorry we don't have any popcorn. Okay. Once upon a time, Dixie and I were married. Dixie and I got divorced. And then on the very day we were going to get remarried, I had this close encounter with a certifiable madman, which culminated in a tandem dive off a very high bridge into some very hard water.
Oh, Spielberg could do it.
Well, fortunately for me, the madman went to the bottom of the river. Unfortunately for me, so did my memory.
Wow. Harrison Ford could play the part.
Are you going to listen to the story, or are you going to sit there and cast the movie?
I'm sorry. I'm excited and I'm visual. Go ahead.
Okay, where was I? Right. Somehow I ended up hitching a ride out west on what turned out to be a 2-year detour in my life. Found myself working on the Orsini Vineyard in Napa, California, where I met this very wonderful person, who it's safe to say totally changed my life. Taught me my trade, helped me make my fortune, but most importantly, believed in me. Well, life was good. But no matter how good things were on the outside, inside I still felt like there was something really important missing. Didn't know what the hell it was. Well, apparently somebody up there agreed with me because one way or another I found myself stumbling back into Pine Valley.
Your love for Dixie was stronger than the miles. That's a beautiful story.
Well, it's not over yet. We haven't reached the good part, you know, where we get married and live happily ever after, et cetera, et cetera. Dim the lights, roll the credits.
Well, that's a wonderful ending. But what happened to you? I mean, it sounds awfully traumatic. Horrible.
Yeah. As hard as it was for me, it was worse for Dixie. On top of believing she'd lost me for good, she actually did lose her brother. Will. He was murdered. Bludgeoned to death by some psychotic. Are you okay? I mean, is everything all right?
I am really. I'm fine.
Well, that story kind of takes it out of me, too. To tell you the truth, I don't even know why I'm telling you all this.
Oh, because I asked. Sometimes it's easier talking to a stranger. Well, I'm not a complete stranger.
Just strange.
What? I'm sorry, what did you say?
I was kidding. It was a joke.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's funny. Oh, that's quite an unbelievable story. I mean, you took disaster and turned it into triumph in only 2 years. Have you got any regrets?
No. No. I wouldn't change those 2 years for anything. I suffered some, but I learned a lot more. And Dixie got the worst of it. I can't believe all the things she went through. Alone. But I'm back. I'm here. As far as I'm concerned, protecting Dixie is my job. No matter what.
The final frontier is not outer space. It's finding the right guy. Hey, Dixie found a great guy when she found you. Any more like you at home?
Sorry. Rush out.
Oh, well, just my luck.
Well, your luck may just be changing. How would you like to come to my wedding?
Could I?
Sure.
I'd be thrilled. I'd be honored.
I'll even introduce you to some of my bachelor-type friends.
Eligible bachelors?
If they were any more eligible, they'd come with justice of the peace.
Wait a minute. Are you telling me I would have the opportunity to meet someone other than at the laundromat or at a bar? A real formal introduction? Be still my heart. I can't wait. That would be wonderful, but what'll I wear?
Actually, we're thinking of making clothing optional.
You're just teasing me again.
You're a very attractive woman. I'm sure you've got something appropriate.
Well, I don't. But I will. I'll find something. Oh, thank you. Thank you. This is going to be so much fun. Listen to me. You're getting married, and I'm the one that's nervous.
Tad Martin.
Get over here right away.
Ah, Palmer, it must be you. I'm sorry, I got a bad connection. You better call back.
Will you stop clowning? Dixie's out back with that crazy Dell.
What?
Get over here as quick as you can. I'll try to keep him in sight.
I'll be right there. Sorry, Jane.
What is it?
An emergency.
Will. Will. Will, where are you? Will. There you are. Will. Wait. Wait, come. Wait, come back.
I'm all you've got, Dix.
Dell?
Now I'm all you've got left.
Dell. Wait. Wait, come back. Don't go.
What? I'm not going anywhere. The ushers. Where are the ushers?
Right here.
Yeah, send me in, Coach. Send me in.
You'll stand over there and seat people as they come.
Okay. Tickets, please, right this way.
Think Mater D. May I show you to your seat?
One of you will bring the mother of the groom to this side.
That'll be me.
Joe, you'll come in 2 or 3 paces behind Ruth.
All right, I'm used to it.
Now our other usher will bring the mother of the bride to my right.
We have a slight problem here. Surely you've noticed the imbalance of mothers.
No, we're way ahead of you, Ludwig. I'm going to weigh in on the bride's side.
Yes, I'm borrowing Opal for tomorrow.
Borrowing? Honey, you are saddled with me for life.
The ushers will take their places, and then the rest of the wedding party will come in, starting with the groom's attendants.
Hey, guys.
By God in creation, and our Lord Jesus Christ, adorned this manner of life by his presence and first miracle at a wedding in Cana of Galilee. It signifies to us the mystery of the union between Christ and his church, and Holy Scripture commends it to be honored among all people.
You okay?
The
I'm
union of
so
husband
great.
and wife in heart.
Oh,
body,
yeah?
and mind
Yeah.
is intended by
Well,
God for their
I spent like a
mutual
week
joy,
bracing for
for the health
disaster,
and comfort,
and disaster didn't happen.
adversity,
Jack came back and he's madly in love
and
with me.
when
I
it's
mean,
God's will.
how's that for a kick in the head?
Yeah, how about that?
And their nurture in the
And
knowledge
I was about to
and
concede
love
the
of
field
Lord.
to Erica.
Therefore,
You
marriage
talked me
is
out of it. I thank you. You're a smart man.
No, just call me Brainiac. So, Jack's hash is settled, no more Erica fever, huh?
He's made an amazing recovery. And speaking of amazing,
Into this
Erica
holy
and Dimitri are
union.
getting back together. Isn't that wonderful?
now come to be joined.
Yeah, it's swell. So, the trip worked out pretty good, huh?
Yes, indeed, in more ways than one.
Good. You and Laurel seem to be tight.
You've been talking to my wife.
Yeah, we talked, yeah.
Cop, a lawyer, and now a therapist. What are you shooting for, the Guinness Book of World Records, Trevor?
Hey,
Hey, you.
look at that sky. Did you ever see anything so beautiful in your whole life?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I have. Every day, because the sun and the moon don't hold a candle to my beautiful wife. Come over here in the corner.
Come in. Now, really, doesn't all this make you wish that we'd had a nice big wedding?
No. No.
I'll tell you, I haven't been to a wedding this twisted since Porkchop married Janet.
But he thought he was marrying Natalie at the time. It couldn't have been nearly as dramatic as this.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. There were signals everywhere. There was thunder and lightning, and the clouds were crashing, and the lights went out. It was like somebody up in heaven was trying to tell us something.
Obviously they were.
We sooner get the manor back and all the dregs of the earth are thrown on us.
Oh, poor Dixie.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. She has lousy brother karma. Hey, Jane! Hey, Jane, back it up! Hold it.
I'm supposed to be here.
Yeah, so why you slinking off?
I have an invitation. It's in my purse. Tad invited me. You could ask him.
Well, fine, why don't you hang out? No sense in turning your noses at the boss's invitation, huh?
Well, you could just say that you bumped into me and I was having a glorious
Oh,
time.
no, I ain't playing no accomplice to your little exit here.
I'm just not sure I can face this much fun.
What? You're not a party kind of dame, is that it?
Well, everybody seems teamed up.
No, sure. The bride's long-lost brother showed up today.
From the dead?
No, the second brother, the one from the wrong side of the tracks. I thought you said that you didn't know anything about Will's demise. You didn't know why Janet was in the clinker.
I didn't. I went to the library after you told me and I read all the clippings.
Yeah, so you understand why I would go to the dark side of the moon before I would let that woman anywhere near my kids, right?
I'm just glad that Dixie's other brother is here. It kind of makes me feel better.
Yeah? Why?
Well, it's nice to know that I'm not the most uncomfortable person here.
Yeah. Hey, I get it. I mean, if he can do it, so can you, right? Sure. Look, just hang out. Just through the wedding. It's going to be a cosmic experience, I'm telling you. How often do you see two star-crossed lovers make it, huh?
You're so romantic.
Yeah, I am. I mean, my wife and I... I used to be.
What are you looking at? Do I have lipstick on my chin or something?
No, I was a cop. It's in my blood. I hone in on details.
Is my eyeliner crooked?
No, it's nothing that pops out like that. It's a little more subtle.
What? Where does it show?
It's just a reflex. I see a woman's hand shake and I get these protective urges. You really are shy, aren't you?
Well, it's just, it's a holdover from my past. Large groups, kind of throw me off.
Well, I'll introduce you around, okay?
That's nice.
It's my job. I'm not sure.
Okay.
And comfort given one another in prosperity and adversity, and when it is God's will, for the procreation of children and their nurture in the knowledge and love of the Lord.
Jane Cox, I'd like you to meet Jackson Montgomery, my very bestest friend. He's also my boss.
Hi, Jane.
It's a pleasure.
Pleasure's mine. This is my wife, Laurel.
We bet. Hi.
Hi there.
Are you having a good time?
Oh, terrific. Thanks to Trevor here. He's a one-man welcome wagon.
I've given her about 400 reasons to settle in Pine Valley.
Oh, and I wonder how many of those were restaurants.
Settle. That's such a loaded word.
Reminds you of compromise.
No, actually, I was thinking more like covered wagons and pioneers, long dusty roads and...
Buffalo.
Yeah.
Well, Pine Valley's a lovely little town. But the key word is little.
No, the key word is intimate.
Friendly. Everybody knows everybody else.
Yes, and they have a definite opinion on the subject, and they're only too happy to tell you what that is.
As in, if you don't have anything nice to say, stand next to me. Well, exchanging local gossip is half the fun of an affair like this. Well, here's to the happy couple.
Hey, I'll drink to that.
Champagne's tickling my nose.
You should do that more often.
What? Drink champagne?
Oh, laugh. It becomes you.
Well, thanks. I think it's spring fever. It's everywhere. The honeysuckle's in bloom. Love's in the air, and I feel like giving the whole wide world a big hug.
When I'm happy, I eat. What do you say we belly up to the buffet table and tie on the old feed bag?
After such a charming invitation, how could I refuse? Hi, you two.
Where do I know her from?
My case. The case of the missing contact lens.
Oh, right. She stiffed us for the bill, right?
Yeah, that's the one.
Well, this looks as good as any spot. Why don't you sit yourself down there on that rock right there, and I'll take this one.
Oh, this is nice. I'm so glad to have him by.
Yeah, ditto. Just don't get it with this miniature food, these little tiny bitty corns and this tiny weeny asparagus.
Well, compared to some of the meals I've had, this is ambrosia.
You need a designated driver, I'm your man.
Oh, come on. I've only had 2 glasses. Or is it 3? Oh, who's counting? I'll just have a little more of these finger things and I'll be okay.
Well, you let me decide. Friends should not let friends drive drunk.
I took the bus. It's very sweet of you to be concerned about me. And it's not just the champagne bubbles talking. In fact, I'm so happy I could just give someone a big kiss. Oh, I'd settle for that big hug. And my mother told me to pick you.
Are we having fun yet?
Laurel. Jack, some shindig, huh?
4-star, I think, definitely.
You seem to be enjoying yourself, Jane.
Oh, I'm having a terrific time.
Good.
Trevor certainly knows how to show a girl a good time. What about you two kids?
Oh, blast and a half.
As a matter of fact, we were just getting ready to blast off to the dance floor, weren't we, darling?
It's been a while since I trotted out my fox.
It's about time you got out of the mothballs. Tally-ho!
All right, love, grand.
See, it's coming right back to you. I knew it would.
What?
I said you still know all the moves.
Just call me a dancing fool.
You're dancing a fool.
I'd like you to meet the person who's provided these festivities, also Dixie's uncle, Palmer Cortland.
How do you do? Haven't we met before at McKay's?
Yes.
Ah.
Your house, I just love it and everything. It's like something out of a fairy tale.
Yes, thank you. Well, it certainly was until that ogre Del Punkle showed up.
Wasn't that something else? I mean, that's amazing. Dixie has this brother. She doesn't even know about it, and all of a sudden he shows up at her wedding?
Well, half-brother, actually. Not to mention half-human. If I'd had my way, I'd have thrown him right off the premises.
But I think you handled it brilliantly. You know, you can never be too careful of the odd sibling.
I'm an expert in that department, I'll tell you.
I mean, Del could be as innocent as the day is long, or he could be as phony as a $3 bill, but why take chances?
Why, indeed.
Well, I'm behind you 100%, Mr. Cortland. I don't see any reason why you should trust him.
Well, it certainly is interesting to have someone who agrees with me for a change. Oh, my friends call me Palmer.
All right, Palmer. Well, I'll go on record as saying we should all keep an eye on Del. I mean, you don't know what may be behind that pretty face. Maybe he's some kind of menace or something. They're the luckiest people in the whole world, aren't they? I thought love like that only happened in the movies.
Those two almost didn't make it onto the last reel. They have together, they earned with interest.
I know. Dad told me all about it. We were working late at the office one night. He told me what happened to them. I mean, talk about star-crossed lovers.
Yeah, they're aces in my book.
I don't know Dixie very well, but Dad's the greatest boss that ever was. I like inviting me to the wedding today. And he didn't have to do that. He's trying to make me feel like family. If I could, I'd keep him afloat in black ink forever. Yeah.
If I were a genie in a bottle and I could give you one wish, what would that be?
I don't know.
Yeah, well, you think about it. And while you're thinking about it, powder your nose. I'll be right back.
All right. On the count of 3, I'm going to open this. And all I want to see is one shiny nose. All right.
Jane? You've been avoiding me.
Oh, no, I haven't.
Yes, you have. I want you to dance with me. That's an order. I'm not going to take no for an answer.
No, I couldn't. All right. I'd love to.
Very good.
You know what this reminds me of?
What?
That scene in The King and I, when Mrs. Anna was teaching Yul Brynner how to dance.
Well, this isn't exactly Siam. However, I've often wondered what Palmer would look like in one of those long stills. Besides, who's teaching here?
Oh, I'm not sure, but I think there's a lot you could teach me.
Or vice versa. You know, thanks to you, my office is now running like a well-oiled machine. Honestly, I don't know how I was ever able to manage without you.
Excuse me. I don't mean to interrupt, but we have to get changed into our cruise gear.
Oh.
Well, don't let me keep you. I mean, honeymoon's one of the most romantic words in the English language.
I think so, too.
Hey, thank you so much for helping Ty get that report done on time.
It's my pleasure.
Yeah, you allowed him to get much more involved in his own wedding than just showing up in a tux and saying, I do.
Actually, I think the words I do are the two most romantic words in the English language.
Oh, shut up.
See that? That's our first fight.
Come here. Let me make it up to you.
Say goodnight, Dixie.
Good night, Dick.
Well, I'll hold down the fort for you until you come back.
Oh, that reminds me. Speaking of work, I've got some good news and bad news.
It's bad news.
Well, now that the report is actually finished, I don't need your services anymore.
Hey, don't be cruel.
But you were so wonderful, I've been thinking about hiring a full-time cost accountant to hold down operating expenses. You were great. The job is yours if you want it.
If I want it?
I'll take that as a yes.
Yes, I want it very much. I'm thrilled. Thanks. Oh, sure.
That woman is all over everyone like a cheap suit.
Well, maybe you ought to follow suit and climb all over me.
Yeah, but I mean, it's embarrassing. She's probably drunk.
Well, maybe she's just happy. I mean, this is a wedding. It's not a funeral.
What is this?